Someone attacks you verbally, publicly, maybe even on social media. Your first instinct, defend yourself. Right? Wrong? That's the dumbest thing you could do. Machiavelli explains why. We've been trained to believe defending ourselves makes us look strong. But here's the truth. Defending yourself usually makes you look guilty, weak, and desperate for approval. In this video, we breaking down Machiavelli's brutal rule for when people come for you and why staying silent might be your deadliest weapon. Stick around, because the last example will make you rethink every argument you've ever had. Picture this. Someone calls you out in a meeting, or on XA. It'll always be Twitter in our hearts. Your name is trending for the worst reason. What do most people do? They grab their phone, start typing a paragraph defending themselves like their life depends on it, and then what happens? Boom, now, your response is part of the story. Congratulations, you just gave oxygen to the fire. Here's what Machiavelli knew 500 years ago. When you defend yourself, you're playing their game. Just confirmed that their attack mattered. You moved from the position of power to the position of defense. And the Prince Machiavelli basically says this: a wise ruler never explains himself too much. Why? Because every word of explanation screams insecurity. Think about it. The truly powerful, they don't explain, they act. You ever notice how big corporations respond to scandals? Either total silence or a vague, emotionless statement like, "We're aware of the situation." That's it. No frantic thread, no teary apology, because they know something most people don't. The longer you talk, the guiltier you look. It's not just politics or PR. Look at your personal life. Someone accuses you of something in a group chat. You write an essay defending yourself? Everyone skims the first line and thinks, damn, they sound defensive. Defending yourself feels like strength, but it's weakness in disguise. Why? Because you've shifted focus from their attack to your reaction. You're not controlling the narrative anymore, they are. And here's the killer part. Attacks are often traps. They want you emotional, reactive, spilling more than you should. Every word you say gives them ammo. It's like walking into a boxing ring blindfolded. He said, control perception. And you don't do that by scrambling to explain, you do it by owning the silence. Machiavelli understood this centuries ago. He didn't say, defend yourself, and making your next move count. So what do you do instead of defending yourself? Machiavelli's answer. Say less, do more. In other words, shut your mouth and make a move that kills the story. Here's his logic. When you explain, you admit weakness. When you stay silent, you look strong or mysterious. And mystery beats desperation every single time. Think about the most powerful people you know. Do they run to explain every rumor? Nope. They either ignore it or they crush it with results. Machiavelli would put it like this: the lion does not argue with the sheep. Translation: when you have power, you don't waste time justifying yourself to people who don't matter. Let me give you a real-world example. Years ago, a major celebrity, let's call him Mr. Global Superstar, was accused of being irrelevant. Did he clap back on Twitter? Nope. He dropped an album the next week that broke every streaming record. That's Machiavellian energy. Another example, business leaders. When Elon Musk gets roasted online, does he tweet an essay defending himself? No. He tweets a meme and then launches a rocket. Can hate him, but the strategy works. Shifts attention from words to results. And this works in your personal life too. Someone says you'll never make it. Do you defend yourself? Nope. You build something so undeniable they can't ignore it. Here's the Machiavellian formula. Stay silent. Don't feed the fire. Change the frame. Drop something bigger, better, louder. Make them look small. Not by insulting them, but by rising so high their attack looks petty. Remember this. People respect strength, not excuses. The more words you waste defending yourself, the less powerful you seem. Silence plus action equals dominance. But how do you actually use this without looking cold or losing friends? That's where most people fail. Let's break it down. All right, let's make this practical. Because knowing Machiavelli's rule is one thing. Actually using it without looking like a cold, soulless villain, that's the tricky part. Here's the deal. This isn't about ignoring everyone forever. It's about understanding the game and picking the right moments to strike. Silence isn't weakness. Silence is a loaded gun if you know when to fire. Step 1. Stop the knee-jerk reaction. The second someone comes for you on social media, at work, at Sunday dinner, your brain goes DEFCON 1. Must respond now. That's pure ego talking. Your first move. Do nothing. Wait. Let them marinate in their own noise. Why? Because the loudest person in the room always looks the weakest if nobody fights back. Ever see someone on X go on a 12-tweet rant and the other person just ignores them? Guess who looks obsessed? Exactly. Step 2. Analyze the attack. Ask yourself, does this actually change my position or power? If your boss criticizes you in front of the team, okay, that's real. You're basically holding up a neon sign that says, hey everyone, this matters. But if some random commenter says you're a fraud, that's noise. And noise dies on its own. Step 3. Break the cycle of justification here. S. The Machiavelli mindset. Every word you use defending yourself is free advertising for their accusation. Instead, let the wave crash. And then drown it with something bigger. Which brings us to Step 4. Drop a bigger move. This is where you turn silence into a weapon. Work scenario. They say you can't handle leadership. Drop a project that crushes expectations. Social scenario. Someone calls you irrelevant. Show up in a way that dominates attention without saying a word. Caption, good morning. That's it. Brutal. Online drama. Instead of tweeting a novel, post a casual photo looking unbothered. Bonus points if you're holding coffee like you own the world. Real life example. Imagine you're accused of being broke. Weak move. A 3-minute Instagram story crying about your private struggles. Machiavellian move. Post a picture from your new apartment with a single word caption. Views? You didn't argue? You demonstrated. Step 5. Play the long game. This is where most people fail. They want instant vindication. Forget that. Machiavelli knew power isn't proven in a comment section. It's proven over time. The person who looks calm and in control always wins. Always. Bonus Machiavelli trick. If you must respond, keep it short, sharp, and dripping confidence. Something like, thanks for your input. Then vanish. Do not explain. Do not overtalk. They can't fight with a wall. Your Machiavelli move checklist. Silence. First action, next results, louder than words. Humor as armor, never defend. Only dominate. Stop wasting energy proving people wrong with essays. Prove them wrong by being undeniable and let their attack age like milk. So tell me this. Would you defend yourself? Or go silent and make your next move? Drop it in the comments. Defend or silent. And hit subscribe. Because next week, we're rediving into Machiavelli's most savage rule, the one that works better than fear. And you've probably never even thought about it.